Hi, I'm Nikki, the Obsessive Bookseller. Welcome to my channel, and welcome to my TBR for April 2023. Per usual, I have way more ambition this month than I have actual time to read. I'm going to show you the lineup anyway of all the things that I'm excited to possibly have time to explore this month. I am still carrying over these tomes from January. Technically, House of Chains I've been reading since last fall, but I did a weird project in the middle of last month and did not have the time to get back to these big ones. And these are the ones I'm enjoying most, so these are the ones that are getting the highest priority, and I'm really sick of tired of talking about Ruin. It is what it is. Truthfully, I'm embarrassed that I keep bringing those books up as having not finished them. When you don't have a booktube channel and it takes you a while to get back to big books, like, it's not a big deal, no one's the wiser, but when you have to report your progress every single month and you realize that you've been failing for like 4 months in a row, it means I call myself out. I did not get a chance to read Blackfire Keep last month. It is going on the TBR yet again. It's a 3-hour audiobook or maybe a 2-hour read. Maybe I'll read it, maybe I won't. Silver Mirrors by Anna Guire is also on the list this month. Per my A to Z challenge, I've been having a ton of fun with the first book, Bronze Gods, and I can't wait to see what these characters get up to next. It was a very successful read for me, and this is the second book, and I don't know if it's a duology or if they just stopped writing after 2 books, but very excited to see what's going on in this one. It was published back in 2014, so I think it's safe to say they're probably done writing in the series. My patrons and I last month were supposed to have read Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee. Because I've been so busy and generally scattered with my reading, I didn't have a chance to get around to it, so they graciously agreed to stall, and so now we're starting in April sometime. This physical book, The Blue, is one of my favorite books on my shelves, and I'm just so excited to get into the story. I've said it before, but it's just really not as much fun to read a series that's super hyped and everybody loves if you're not loving it quite as much. Because I'm not one of those who likes to be obstinate just for the sake of being obstinate, and I hate disappointing people. So when I don't like something, I'm truthful about it, but then I get all those comments on like, oh, blasphemy! This one has all of the hopes of the series riding on it for me, and I'm really hoping it'll give me everything I've been missing so far and pull up the other 2 books in retrospect because I ended up liking this one so much. From what I've heard, there's a good chance it will. I am still continuing my progress with The Will of the Many. I'm reading it very slowly because I have so many other things that I'm focused on, but I'm really enjoying this book. This is awesome. It's too early to tell if I like it better than Lycaenius, but Lycaenius is one of my all-time favorite series. One of the few I've read more than once, and they're like 1,000-page books. Maybe not quite that long, but you get the idea. Can't wait to read more in that one. And then I have a coverless copy of Lion of Senate. This is the book that we are starting for Patreon Book Club in April. I have read this first book before, but it's been so long that I needed to go back and reread it before continuing the series. And I'm glad it won for book club. Now, I read this one about the same time I read Abercrombie's The Blade itself. And just evaluating the first 2 books in both series, I actually preferred this one a little more, and I found them incredibly similar. To the point where I'm not totally sure which book some certain events happened in. And it's probably good to wait until I finish this one for a second time to put a lot of weight behind what I'm saying here. But I think if you like The Blade itself, but you want something a little more plot-driven rather than character-driven, then this is a great pick. So very excited to get into this one. I say endlessly that Jennifer Fallon is one of the few authors I really want to explore more from, and yet I never make time to read her, so yay! I also plan to publish a Project Sci-Fi video this month, and I still have a couple of books to read for that. I'm also filming my next episode of Read Burn Hoard, and I already have the book that I'm going to read picked out, so very excited for that one. Overall, just like amazing reading. Look at this lineup. I am truly in one of those reading zen moments where I know I should feel the pressure of having so many books going at once and not being able to get to all the things, but I find myself really enmeshed in whatever I've got opened at the moment right in front of me. A lot of times lately that's been a nonfiction book. But all of these great fantasies are just food for my soul. I'm trying to slow down and read more intentionally and really take a moment with everything that I'm reading. Particularly, the one I'm most excited about right now is the Shadow of the Apt series. I may or may not have bought the entire collection in anticipation of really loving it as much as I'm liking the first one so far. Anyway, that's my lineup. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to catch you next time.